Good morning, everyone. Welcome to today's meeting. May I first introduce myself as Dr. Angeline, Minister of Law and Institutional Reform, who is the President of this meeting. And on my left and right are the invited guests for this meeting. On my left are the Malaysian Minister for Women, Dato' Winnie Young and on my right is the Director General of the Crime Prevention and Community Safety Department of the Malaysian National Police, Dato' ALIA SHAHIRAH BINTI SAMSUL. It is a great honor to have you both here. Today is our first seminar of the year and the theme of today's session is on human trafficking. As we all know, human trafficking, also known as human smuggling, refers to the trade of human beings in the course of forced labor, sexual slavery, or trafficker forcing victims into prostitution and organ trading. Many victims of human trafficking are often come from poor countries or countries with few employment opportunities, but even developed countries still face the threat of human trafficking. In this regard, I would like to ask the Dato' Winnie, who are the main victims of human trafficking?
Okay, thank you, Dato' Angeline. First of all, thank you for giving me this question. These main victims are women and children. First is trafficking for women. It's illegal for human trafficking, in which women are taken for the human market. For human trafficking, by means for illegal trafficking methods, as deception, illegal mention, illegal sleeping pill, violent intervention, and commitment. And the second is children trafficking. It's an illegal action for eviction children with parents for guardian who has legal custody of the child by illegal means. Children trafficking can be classified as family abduction or secret abduction. The treatment steps for secret abduction and kidnapping for ration, server, and step for theft. Thanks all for me.
Okay, thank you, Dato' Winnie. For Dato' Winnie, women and children are the main victims of human trafficking. I would like to ask Dato' ALIA, what is the reason why women and children become the main victim of human trafficking based on your understanding?
Thank you, Dr. Angel. So, the reason why women become the main victim of human trafficking based on my understanding is trafficking for forced marriage or sexual reproduction. Most of the abducted women are sold to poor rural areas where there are more men who cannot afford to marry and where there is a serious imbalance between men and women. Second, being sold into the sex and entertainment industry. Due to the increasing demand for all kinds of horror-led things in illegal entertainment establishment, but no women are willing to do such things. So they resort to abducting beautiful young women, threatening and imprisoning them to do all sorts of illegal things. And last one, organ trafficking. Most women are known to be health conscious and do not drink and smoke. In this regard, most criminals are trafficking women to sell their organs to the other people who may need organ transplant but do not have suitable donors and are desperate to sell their organ. Other than that, the reason why children become the main victims of human trafficking, based on my understanding, is firstly, trafficking to the other families for adoption. Families without children adopt so that the child can grow up, help them in their old age. After that, families who want to increase their population, have a children or balance the family sex ratio. Then dress up as a feeding party. Most of the beggars with children are childless, so they will sell them as means of begging. In order to make people pity of them and give them money, they even break the child's arm and legs to make them disabled and beg for money. And last one, sold by the family. Parents will send their children for different reasons. There are those who have had a girl and do not want to raise her, pregnant before marriage and unable to support. So that's all from me.
Okay, thank you very much, Dato' Nur Alia. For your statement, from Dato' Nur Alia's speech, we can learn that there are 3 reasons for trafficking in women. The first is being abducted for forced marriage or sexual childbirth. The other is being sold into the sex entertainment industry. And the last is buying and selling organs. The reason for abducting children is that they are sold to other families for adoption, dressed up as pity party and sold by their families. So, I would like to ask Dr. Winnie, based on your understanding, is there any law that can protect victims and punish criminals?
Thank you, Dato' Angeline. As I know that 22 February last year, the Anti-Trafficking and Anti-Migrant Immigration law came into force in our country and amend the law. The amendment to the Act were introduced to strengthen the relevant function in order to integrate the expression for dealing with the 2 operations mentioned above. A total for 17 provisions are now to have been amended and improved, including sentences that includes the sanction for imprisonment and the imposition for the death penalty and forget for offenders. I hope that this law will enable those who commit crimes to get what the church and not get every week in again. Thanks all for me.
Okay, thank you very much for Dato' Winnie. From Dato's speech, we can know that there are relevant laws to protect victims and punish criminals. So if you are faced with such a thing, you must take up legal weapons to punish criminals. Now, I would like to ask Dato' Nur Alia, is there any solution to solve or reduce the criminals of human trafficking?
Thank you, Dr. So, yes, human trafficking is to have solution to solve or reduce it, such as first, strengthening the legal framework. The legal framework is based on the objective and its provision following 3 internationally recognized themes of prevention, protection, and prosecution, national and international cooperation and coordination. It recommends operational measures for each of the protocol provisions. These measures draw on other international instruments, political commitments, guidelines, and good practice to enable the implement of a comprehensive anti-human trafficking response. Second, empowerment of vulnerable groups. Each and every type of crisis brings along increased vulnerability for certain groups. Global crises are even more unforgiving and create vulnerable groups that transcend national borders. From ensuring access to educational service for vulnerable children to supporting the fight against domestic violence and human trafficking, up to ensuring access to support for people with disabilities, the chronically ill or elderly around the world. And lastly, strengthening enforcement and cooperation. Strengthening enforcement cooperation for detecting, investigating, prosecuting, and otherwise disrupting criminal activity related to digital assets to is vital to the mitigation of illicit finance and national security risk posed by the misuse of such assets. Timely coordination and information sharing is essential to combat the growing use of the digital asset to facilitate criminal activity, including money, cybercrime, theft, and terrorist financing. However, because the threat landscape for misuse of digital assets is constantly changing as the technology continues to grow and evolve in use and application, law enforcement must in turn continue its effort to evolve to meet the challenge posed by criminal use of digital assets. So, that's all from me.
Okay, thank you very much, Dr. ALIA. From which we can learn that there are three solutions to human trafficking, which are strengthening the legal framework, empowering vulnerable groups, and strengthening law enforcement and cooperation. Lastly, I would like to ask Dr. Winnie, what is the effect of human in your opinion?
Thank you, Dr. Angel. As a mission for women, I believe there are three different schemes for impact victim. Okay, and the first one is the sexual exploitation and abuse. Victims for human trafficking of the first word exploitation are abuse, including forced labor, sexually exploitation, forced being, forced marriage, organ trafficking, and other forms of exploitation, which can result in physical and psychological trauma. And the second is health and mental health consequences. Victims for human trafficking can self-restraint for physical and mental health consequences, including physical injuries, socially transmitting infections, mental health including and trauma-related issues. For women's health, which they will never be able to control, and psychology, the idea is that they will want to commit sexual. However, for children whose bodies are left with loss from a young age, and psychology tasks can be painful and affect to socialists. And the last is direction for family and communities. This theoretical get there when for a well-beloved million for family is parents. For million family, children is everyone. On child trafficking can divert with the family. Some parents relationship mental because they have children. Both parents are working people and have the transportation for just stealing their children when they get home for work. Thinking is worse or walk in. Children are the relationship the census as family. Thank you for us.
Thank you very much for your speech. From Dr. Winnie's speech, we can learn that there are three impacts of human trafficking, which are serious exploitation and abuse, health and mental health consequences, and disturbance to family and communities. These effects are irreversible, and once they happen, they can never go back to the past. In conclusion, in order to reduce human trafficking, each of us must not turn a blind eye to this crime and must not tolerate impunity. We must increase our capacity to respond to exploitation and work to address the underlying socio-economic and cultural issues that breed human trafficking. We must raise everyone's awareness of the problem of human trafficking so that it is brought to attention for those who can play a role in changing policies and national resource management to take stronger prevention measures, increase the ability to identify victims, strengthen support for survivors, and end impunity. Let's end by reading the theme of World Day Against Trafficking in Person, July 30, 2023. Help everyone victim of trafficking and leave no one behind. Thank you.